Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. The last session of this summer term, I felt, especially towards the end, it really sped up, and I always feel a little bit sad as it's the last one, especially as we're about to have quite a long break. I have really enjoyed a kind of recent, kind of slower, softer work, kind of low to the ground, that kind of explorative work, that being close to the earth, especially in recent heat we've been experiencing. So a little bit more of that today. Yeah, as always, make it your own. So it's not about doing more. It's about doing less. Yeah, feeling more, sensing more, less thinking, less doing. Yeah, more feeling. Let's do it. Ideally, try to create lots of space around you. And if you have blocks, have them to hand. They are quite useful. Yeah, but for now, slide them out of the way, and let's make our way down to the mats. Yeah, settling here. Take your time, making your way down to the mat, to the floor, to the earth. Yeah, finding that support. Any kind of wriggle, kind of jiggle yourself about a bit. Yeah, a bit of rocking, a bit of shaking. Yeah, jittering, anything. Yeah, give yourself a good shake out. And notice how you arrive here, how you land. Recognize which parts of you touch down. And then see, is there anywhere you can soften more physically, mentally, emotionally? Yeah, if you can, let everything go. Coming back home to yourself. And welcoming all those sensations, feelings, emotions. Yeah, greeting them all, spending time with them all. Yeah, getting to know them all. If you can, making friends with them. Yeah, so just being there for whatever shows up for you, without pushing anything away, but equally without clinging to anything either. So just notice what arrives for you. Yeah, notice what kind of floats in, but then also allow it to float out again. Yeah, always without judgment. Yeah, always with that gentle compassion. Notice your breath. Also here, without trying to fix anything. Yeah, trying to control anything. Allowing the breath also to float in and float out. Being fully present. Yeah, maybe just notice where in your body you can feel your breath. Maybe you can feel that in your belly, that belly area. And maybe recognizing what happens there. Of course, it's the diaphragm, that kind of dome-shaped muscle. With an inhale, the diaphragm needs to move down for the breath to kind of float in. And with an exhale, the diaphragm moves up again to allow the breath to float out. And you don't need to do anything for that. Yeah, your body does all of that but by itself, that there's nothing you need to control. You don't need to instigate that. Yeah, your body knows what to do. Yeah, just notice what it feels like. And then really softly, really gently, start to lengthen your breath and start to deepen your breath. Take your time, slow that down, lengthen and deepen your breath. Yeah, go explore where in your body can you feel that now. Notice the spaces in between. And then maybe recognizing your breath as your own kind of internal massage. With an inhale, as the diaphragm moves down, it gently presses the internal organs. Yeah, gently squeezing the internal organs. Yeah, and with the exhale, as the diaphragm moves up, it kind of frees these internal organs again. Yeah, gives them space again. So notice how that is kind of your own natural internal massage. Yeah, the breath massages the internal organs. Yeah, with an inhale as the diaphragm moves down, that gentle squeeze. And with the exhale as the diaphragm moves up and release. Yeah, so that's the passing. So here connecting with your breath, with your body, with yourself. Also connecting with that support from the earth, it's always there. Yeah, and then in your own time, take your softest and slowest and deepest breath of your day so far. And just, yeah, notice how you go back to just normal and natural breathing. Keep paying attention though, so stay close to all of these connections. Yeah, and then let's bring the knees up and the feet down. Notice maybe immediately what changes here. Yeah, notice which parts of you touch down now. Yeah, coming into this neutral shape. And then let's see if we can find another nice and neutral shape by bringing the knees in. So bring one knee in and then bring the other knee in too. Have your elbows, keep your elbows to the floor. Maybe drop your knees a little bit wider and place your hands maybe to the backs of your thighs, maybe the outside of your thighs, wherever you can reach quite easily. Yeah, so your head is supported on the back bit of your skull. Here, can you really drop your shoulders? Yeah, your upper arms are supported. Yeah, your elbows are touching down. Can you also really drop your hips? Yeah, and then here notice how hopefully you've created quite a nice long flat back. Yeah, can you gently press down all the four corners of your back? Left shoulder, left hip, right hip. Yeah, notice hopefully this is also quite a nice neutral shape. Yeah, for the back. And then let's bring the left foot back down. bring both hands behind the back of that right thigh, maybe interlacing, maybe straightening that leg up a bit if you can. Keep that leg really, really still, and then circle that foot. Yeah, circle the foot one way, yeah, the other way. Great big circle. Yeah, just checking in with your ankle. Yeah, and then bend that knee in again. Now slide your arms maybe wide if you have space, or maybe slide them up a little bit, maybe into that kind of that W shape with your arms. Make sure that your shoulders, your arms, your hands are supported. And now let your body, the whole of your body, be quite sleepy. Yeah, really floppy. And then the right knee is going to guide this movement. Yeah, can you start to circle your right knee? Go slow, circle your right knee. So quite lazy, quite floppy. Circle that right knee. And as the rest of the body is completely passive, it kind of rolls around with it. Yeah, so as the right knee, when it goes all the way to the left, so maybe go bigger now with that right knee. When it goes all the way to the left, maybe notice that left knee kind of falls out to the left. And then when that right knee is all the way to the right, let that left knee fall in also to the right. Yeah, so go quite big with that right knee. All the way to one side, yeah, forwards. Other side. In towards you. Yeah, and if your head is really quite, just let it be heavy. And maybe you find it rolls a little. You don't have to do anything with your head. Yeah, you don't need to do anything with that left knee. But maybe it kind of joins in. Yeah, it kind of falls this way, that way. And then if you want to go even bigger, when that right knee goes forwards, maybe you can straighten out that leg, maybe push that heel away. Yeah, and then you need to bend it again to bring it out to the side. Yeah, notice what happens here for you. Yeah, of course, here we're exploring. Yeah, softening, opening. Circle the other way around as well. So going clockwise, anti-clockwise. Yeah, once you've got it, don't think about it too much. Yeah, hopefully just kind of encircling, kind of rolling around. Yeah, and notice what happens when the body is quite floppy. We're so used to controlling the body. Yeah, only the right knee leads, but everything else just joins in. Allow it to flop about and just follow. Yeah, and then let's bring that back. Yeah, slide your arms to a neutral. And maybe let's come back to that neutral shape we just did. So the elbows to the floor, one knee in, the other knee in. So your feet off the floor. Yeah, maybe your hands kind of the sides of the thighs, maybe the backs of the thighs, to just kind of to help you keep the knees in. That's why they're there. Yeah, to kind of assist with bringing the knees in so the back can flatten nicely. Here, maybe if you can, you can keep the knees in and maybe kind of flop the feet up. So the feet are relaxed, they're not flexed. Yeah, but maybe kind of the toes are. Yeah, recognize your long flat back. Recognize all the four corners gently pressing into the mat. Yeah, hopefully also a nice neutral shape. Yeah, and then let's bring the right foot down, both hands behind the back of the left arm, maybe interlacing. Yeah, maybe straighten that leg a little bit, and then also here those circles. Yeah, for yourself, great big circles with that left foot. Check in with your ankle there. This way, that way. Yeah, and then bend that knee again. Slide your arms. Yeah, maybe find that T shape or bend your arms for that W shape. Yeah, remember the whole of the body is really floppy. The right foot is still down, yeah? The left knee leads this movement. Circling with that left knee. Yeah, go explore. Yeah, see what happens when that left knee is all the way to the left. Maybe the right knee falls in. And when that left knee is all the way to the right, maybe the right knee all the way open. Yeah, see what happens. Let your head just be heavy. Yeah, it's just coming along for the ride. It doesn't have to do anything. Yeah, notice what happens when you just go with things. Yeah, if you want to go bigger, remember when the knee goes forwards, maybe you can straighten it out. Little push with that heel, maybe. Yeah, before you bend it back in. Yeah, so just circling, moving, rolling, rocking. Yeah, and then also you go the other way around, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Take an interest to what happens here. Yeah, see if you can make it quite fluid, quite flowy. Nice, maybe make this your last one. And then bring that back to. Yeah, both knees up, both feet down. Maybe slide your arms to more of that neutral place. Yeah, maybe notice any subtle differences, any changes anywhere. Yeah, maybe already, hopefully feeling a touch more spacious maybe. Yeah, a little bit softer maybe. And then here, this is a little bit different than what we normally do. So this time we're not rolling forwards and back. We're going to kind of slosh a bit forwards and back. So everything stays to the floor. Your feet, the whole of your back stays on the floor. We're not lifting up, we're not rolling. Yeah, this time, if you press your feet down and maybe forwards a little bit, maybe notice that you slide, maybe kind of just a touch towards the back of your mat, and then release. Yeah, press your feet. You maybe feel yourself kind of slide a touch and release. Press, release. Press, release. If you're not sure, have a little look. And hopefully, with the exhale, you get kind of a nice little bounce. Yeah? Let it flop around a bit. Press, release. Press, release. And maybe especially take an interest in your releasing. Yeah? Hopefully you get a nice kind of wobble. Yeah, because that's what we're looking for, the releasing. Yeah, many of us are not that good at releasing. Maybe we need to practice it a little bit more. Yeah, one more. Press, release. Good. Nice. And then here, slide the arms wide again, like your T shape. And then slide them a bit further for a V shape. Yeah, a V shape or like a Y shape with your arms. And then this time we're really gonna tune into the diagonals. So let's start with sliding the right leg long, but slide it out to the side like your arms. Yeah, so slide the right leg and push that heel, reach the left fingertips. Yeah, and then maybe so much so maybe press your left foot a little bit. Maybe that left buttock comes up the floor a bit. Maybe that left shoulder comes off the floor a little bit. Maybe your head kind of rolls back a little bit. Maybe you're only kind of just on the fingertips of that left hand. Yeah, and then bring that back. Yeah, the knee back up, the foot back down, then the left side. Yeah, reach the left leg, a little bit out to the side. Reach the right fingertips. Press your right foot. Let the right shoulder come up a bit. Maybe let your head roll back a little bit. Yeah, exhale to come back. That's the movement. Inhale, right heel, left fingertips. Yeah, reaching, stretching, maybe arching a little bit. Yeah, and exhale to come back. Yeah, continue for yourself. Inhale, big stretch, reaching. Yeah, maybe arching a little bit. Exhale to come back. Yeah, a few of these for yourself. So really notice what happens with the inhale, the stretching, the arching, yeah, reaching. But also notice what happens with the exhale. Recognize you're completely coming back to neutral. Yeah, so don't rush immediately into the next one. Yeah, take a moment to completely settle back in the neutral in between. Yeah, maybe do a couple more. Yeah, maybe let's do one more on either side. And then bring that. Good. Yeah, slide your arms back to a neutral. Yeah, notice what you notice, feel what you feel. Yeah, any sensations, any ripples of your practice, yeah, vibrations. Notice the effects of your practice. Let's bring the knees in again. Yeah, just like we did, knees in. Maybe the legs up. Yeah, relaxed feet, don't flex your feet. Yeah, just floppy feet up if you can. And then also your arms up. Yeah, also quite floppy. And then imagine being at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, like a beautiful seaweed plant. Yeah, and let your legs, your arms, yeah, can float about with the tides. Yeah, so floating, dangling. Yeah, maybe you rock a bit, swaying a bit, arms, legs, in whatever way. Yeah, tune into your most beautiful seaweed plant. Yeah, floating about. Nice. Good. Yeah, and then let's bring that back. Yeah, knees up, feet down. Yeah, arms back down. And then slide your arms wide again. And then kind of to that V shape. Slide your legs, both legs this time, into your star, like starfish. Let's stay with the theme. Let's go for a starfish shape. Yeah, stretching. And then here with an inhale, reach in all directions. Yeah, reach your toes, or your heels, reach your fingertips. With an exhale, curl everything in. Yeah, curl up in a ball and then roll to the right. Find that support, lean into that support, press into that support. Because with an inhale, we roll back, stretch out again, big C-star. Exhale, curl in, roll over to the left. Yeah, find that support, lean into that support, press into that support. Inhale to roll back, great big star shape. Yeah, continue for yourself. Make it your own. Don't think about it. Notice you have to press into that support to roll yourself back. Yeah, so feeling the left side of your body, the right side of your body, the front of your body, the back of your body. Yeah, notice where that support is. Feel your breath. Yeah, hopefully you can make this movement quite smooth, quite fluid. Yeah, don't think about it. Just breathing, moving, flowing. Yeah, sensing, feeling. Don't rush, but keep going until you find yourself on your right hand side. Yeah, curled up. Don't rush. Just whenever you get there, curl up and rest on your right hand side. Maybe an arm underneath your head. And again, yeah, coming back home. Notice what comes floating in and floating in. Be there. Remember, be there for all of it. Yeah, and then from here, let's sideways bring ourselves up. Yeah, come round in whatever way. And if you have blocks or something to sit on, yeah, find those. And then come and sit in on top of your blocks in cross-leg position. Yeah, notice, find that support. Notice where your support is. Yeah, gently press into that support of the floor, the blocks. Yeah, notice which parts of you touch down. Yeah, and then everything that touches down, maybe gently press it down. Rooting, grounding. Yeah, and then sit up tall, soft shoulder. Let's bring the palms of the hands together for this short sequence, the cycle of joy. Let's inhale here, sit up tall. With the exhale, interlace your fingers, push your palms forward, draw your belly in and your chin in. So there's kind of rounding going on. Inhale, lifting, lengthening all the way up, sitting bones down, palms of the hands up. Exhale, releasing down. Yeah, again, inhale to sit up tall. Exhale completely. Yes, squeeze the breath out, rounding. Inhale, lifting, lengthening all the way up. Exhale, releasing. Yeah, one more here. Inhale. Exhale completely. Rounding. Inhale is up. Feel the sides of the body long. Right hip to the right wrist. Left hip to the left wrist. Exhale, releasing down. Yeah, maybe give yourself a little bit of a shake out. Yeah, and then let's change the cross of your legs. Yeah, of course, if cross-leg position isn't for you, that there is choice of different seated position, yeah, kneeling or whatever seated position. Yeah, settle again here. Notice maybe if that feels different. Yeah, we'll do that again, and now we're gonna add and side bend to it. Inhale here, sit up tall. Exhale completely, push the palms away, draw your belly in. Inhale, lifting, lengthening all the way up. Keep that length. Exhale, place your right hand next to you for a side bend. Press your left sitting bone down as the left fingertips reach over. Yeah, inhale again. If you want, interlace again. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, other side. Yeah, or press your right sitting bone down as the right fingertips reach over. Inhale is up, lifting, lengthening. Exhale, releasing down. Yeah, again, inhale, sit up. Exhale, completely squeeze all that breath. Inhale, lifting, lengthening all the way up. Exhale, side bending. Maybe draw your left shoulder back a little bit. Peek out to your left hand side. Inhale to come back. Uplifting, lengthening. Exhale, other side. Yeah, maybe draw your right shoulder back a little. Yeah, peek out to the right hand side. Inhale, back up. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, releasing down. One more. Inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale, lifting, lengthening all the way up. Exhale, side bending. Yeah, creating space into the side body. Inhale to come back. Exhale, other side. Yeah, inhale, back up. Last one, lift and lengthen. Exhale, releasing. Yeah, give yourself a wriggle. And then from here, maybe rock back a little bit. Yeah, over your feet, your ankles, to come to hands and knees. Yeah, clear your mat, blocks out of the way, and set up in your hands and knees. Notice how you connect, how you align. Tuck your toes under, keep your knees bent. Yeah, make your way towards downward facing dog. And let's really explore today. So paddle about, but also here, maybe turn the toes in. Yeah, like pigeon toes. Try that out. Paddle a bit more. Maybe turn the toes out. Yeah, notice what happens there. Maybe sway a bit. Maybe turn the hands in, the fingertips towards each other. Yeah, all the way out. Yeah, try that out. Different shapes. Let's walk all the way forwards, your hands and your feet. Yeah, we're going to move about in our downward facing. We're going to walk the dog. Yeah, all the way back to the back of the mat. Yeah, maybe let's walk. Let's go a circle. Yeah, you can go off your mat a bit. Yeah, just walking about. Yeah, maybe back again. And then let's end up sideways, whichever side. Yeah, so on your feet on the sideways, so looking sideways, whichever sideways. So your feet maybe quite wide, and then maybe let's walk the hands forwards again. Keep the feet, so feet are on the mat. Maybe walk your hands forwards. Yeah, maybe walk your hands back. See how far back they can go. Yeah, try that out. Yeah, and then back, and then maybe turn the toes out. And really lean into one, so maybe bend one leg, sinking that buttock towards the heel. And then if you can go low through the middle to the other side. Yeah, a few of these. Sinking into one side, into the other side. Try that out. Yeah, and notice if it feels different when you have the soles of the feet down. Yeah, and then maybe with that straight leg, really dig the heel in and lift the toes up. Yeah, does that change things? Try that. And then see if you can do this without your hands on the floor. And then you can add your own arm movements to it. Yeah, like a bit of a dance maybe. Yeah, make it your own. Flowing arms. Yeah, in kind of whatever shape. Leaning into one side, leaning into the other side. Good. Yeah, and then let's end up in the middle again. Even out your feet again. And let's just hang forwards. And if your hands come to the floor quite easily, then maybe with the palms of the hands up, you can slide them to the opposite feet. Yeah, hang forwards and down, let your head hang completely. Maybe shake your head a little bit, release your neck. See what happens when you take a little bit more weight into the balls of your feet. And see what happens when you take a little bit of weight or more weight into the heels. Yeah, maybe a nice big sigh out. If your arms were crossed, maybe cross them the other way around. Yeah, maybe again, leaning into the balls of the feet, leaning into the heels. Yeah, maybe again, nice big sigh out. And then place your hands again, and let's kind of like this in kind of a downward facing dog. Let's walk back again to kind of more of our usual shape, downward facing dog, kind of our usual way on the mat. And then let's bring the knees to the floor. Slide your big toes together, slide your knees wide, and sink back into any variation of child's pose. Yeah, so you can choose to rest your head on top of your hand. You can choose to rock a little bit, sway a little bit. Coming back home to yourself. Yeah, be there for whatever comes up for you. And then from here, in your own way, in your own time, come back up. Yeah, maybe back up to hands and knees, maybe rolling up to kneeling. Any wriggles, shakeouts. And then lean to one side, sweep your legs round. And then let's set up the right leg first. So the right shin in line with the front edge of your mat. So the knee on one side and the toes on the other side. And then the left leg behind. If you feel you're kind of excessively toppling over to one side, prop that up a bit with maybe a blanket or a block. Your hands to the knees. Maybe close your eyes and see if you can sit up as tall as you can, soft shoulders. And notice your own alignment. Where are your hips? Where are your shoulders, your ears? But also where are your sitting bones? Where are your knees? And then let's play with this a little bit. Notice what happens if you move that right knee further down to the floor. Maybe the left sitting bone comes up a little bit. Yeah, so maybe kind of rocking there a little bit, like in seesaw. Yeah, just gently, without forcing anything. Gently rocking. Yeah, hopefully releasing a little bit of any tightness that might be there. Yeah, sit up tall, soft shoulders. Let's inhale here. Yeah, lift and lengthen. Keep that length and then exhale. Let's turn right. Yeah, allow the right fingertips to kind of walk around, maybe landing behind you. Maybe the left hand to the outer right thigh. Yeah, we're not forcing ourselves around, but maybe that right shoulder can draw back a little bit. Yeah, maybe you can gently gaze over your right shoulder. And then let's inhale here at the top. Keep everything as it is. With an exhale, let your head be heavy. Yeah, dip your chin and roll to the other side. Yeah, and inhale at the top there. And exhale, dip your chin. Yeah, and few of these for yourself. Yeah, what is happening in that neck area? What is happening in your shoulders? But also what's happening in your hips? Yeah, everything involved here. Don't rush, but let's end up again on the left-hand side. Yeah, from there, look forwards again. So align yourself over your right shin. And then if you can, place your fingertips in front of that shin. If that's difficult to reach, maybe you can use blocks. Place your hands on blocks, fingertips on blocks. And then again, maybe a little bit more rocking here. Don't immediately force yourself into your deeper shape. Yeah, instead, just go explore a bit, rocking, swaying. Yeah, notice where you need some resistance. Maybe back off a little bit. Yeah, so finding your edge and then just playing with that edge. Maybe if there is space, like further palms of the hand. Yeah, maybe even forearm. Maybe let your head hang. Yeah, notice what comes up. Can you soften your breath? Soften your face, particularly release your jaw. Yeah, release your neck, your shoulders. Can you soften in the hips? Yeah, notice what arises here for you. And then practice letting go. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Yeah, let's not rush, but let's make our way back up. Yeah, release your legs. Maybe give yourself a bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a shake out. And then let's go the other side. Yeah, start with that left leg. Organize that so the shin is parallel to that front edge of the mat. Organize your right leg behind. Might well feel quite different. Yeah, so hands to your knees. Try and sit up tall, but with soft shoulders. Yeah, notice, are your hips level, your shoulders level? Yeah, your sitting bones level, your knees level. And then let's do that rocking again. So when the left knee moves further down, probably the right buttock comes off the floor. Yeah, so rocking there a bit, just exploring. Yeah, feeling into what is happening. Yeah, sit up tall. Let's inhale here. Yeah, keep that length. And then the exhale, let's turn left. Yeah, so allow the left fingertips to just slide around. Yeah, behind you, maybe the right hand to the left outer left thigh. Don't lean into that left hand too much, yeah? You want to sit up tall, so probably just fingertips. Draw your left shoulder back a little bit more. Maybe gently gazing over your left shoulder. Yeah, what is happening here on this side? And then we can do the same thing. So take an inhale at the top. Keep everything as it is with the exhale. Yeah, dip your chin, let your head be heavy and roll. Yeah, few of these back and forth. Yeah, where are your tight spots? And then what can you do to maybe ease these a little? Yeah, free up maybe a little bit of space there. No rush. And up again on your right hand side. Yeah, look forwards again. Yeah, align yourself over your left shin. See if you can touch down the fingertips. And then again, maybe a little bit more rocking. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, remember, don't immediately dive into your biggest shape. Yeah, softly, softly. Yeah, let your nervous system know it's safe. Yeah, and our nervous system loves any kind of rocking, any kind of swaying movements. Yeah, soothing. Yeah. And then if there is space, maybe sinking a little further. Yeah, just see what happens here. Maybe let your head hang. Yeah, maybe sway a little more. Remember, don't hold your breath, don't clench your teeth. Playing with your edge. 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, and 4, 1. And in your own time, make your way back up. Release those legs. Yeah, if you want a bit of a shake, bit of a massage, a bit of a thing. Yeah, and then if you have blocks, have them to hand, so have them within reach. And then come to lying down with the knees up and the feet down. If you don't have blocks, maybe a cushion, ideally something quite sturdy, quite strong. Yeah, let's come to lying down with the knees up, the feet down. So settling here again, finding that support from the mat, from the floor, from the air. Knees up, feet down, and then press your feet into the floor. Lift your hips a little bit and slide one block underneath the sacrum. Yeah, so make sure it's in the right place. You don't want it in that curve, yeah, that lumbar curve, because that would be very uncomfortable. So it's the sacrum. Yeah. So maybe rocking a bit, settling a bit. Yeah, it should feel comfortable. And then if you think there is space, then press your feet again, lift up a little bit higher, and add the other block. So maybe you end up with a tower of blocks. Yeah, or at home, maybe you have books or maybe with a nice blanket over the top or some sturdy cushions. Yeah, so settle here, maybe move about a bit, making sure everything is kind of in just the right place. And when that feels good, maybe slide your arms a little bit away from the body. Yeah, palms of the hands up. And then notice how you have arrived here. Landed on that back bit of your skull. Shoulder blades supported. Yeah, the feet are even, the thighs are relaxed. The pelvis is supported. Yeah, it's a supported bridge pose. Do you recognize it? Yeah, and can you also recognize that you don't have to do anything here to keep you in this shape? Yeah, allow those blocks to support you. Notice what that is like, that not having to do anything at all. And then if you like it here and you want to stay here, do that. For and variation, if you wish, you could slide your right leg long out in front of you. Yeah, if that doesn't feel good, then bring that back. Yeah, if it does feel good, then maybe linger here for a moment. Notice that big opening there at the front of that right hip. Yeah, or actually the whole of the front of that right side of the body. And then change side. So bring that right knee back up, that right foot back down, and then go to the other side. Notice what that is like. Yeah, if it's not for you, then bring that back. But if that feels okay, and maybe if you want to do both sides at the same time, do that. And then maybe even you could add your arms up and over. Like a big opening for the whole of the front of the body. Yeah, feel that space. Breathe into that space. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. If your arms were up and over, let's maybe bring those back first. If your legs were long, yeah, bring the knees back up, the feet back down, yeah, one at a time. And then everybody, little touch of swaying with your knees, just to kind of settle again, yeah, back where we came from. And then if you would like to turn this into an inversion, then what you can do is maybe hold on with your hands to your stack of blocks so you know it's safe. And then lift one foot off the floor, lift the other foot off the floor. You can still organize yourself here a little bit, make sure the blocks are in the right place. And then maybe bring the legs up. Yeah, and see if you can dangle here. Hopefully there is no effort. Yeah, if it helps, you can bring the knees in a little bit further towards you. If this feels like hard work, then maybe don't. Then maybe just bring the feet back down. But if it feels like you can hang here, kind of without any effort, then maybe let's linger here a little longer. Yeah, maybe slide your arms again away from the body. Yeah, kind of roll the shoulders back and notice what this is like. Yeah, feel your breath. Yeah, sensations within your body. Yeah, just notice what comes up here for you. Yeah, being upside down, an inversion where the hips are higher than the heart and the heart is higher than the head. Yeah, what is it like? Is this being upside down? For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. And let's bring the knees into. And then one by one, allow the feet to find the floor. Yeah, coming to landing one foot, the other foot. Maybe again, little touch of swaying of the knee. And then we're going to come down super slowly. Yeah, Press your feet into the floor. Lift your hips a little. Remove one block. Yeah, and then slowly lower yourself on the other. And then the last bit, we're going to go even slower. Press your feet, lift your hips. Remove your last block or book or whatever prop you've used. Super slowly roll the spine back down, one vertebra at a time. Again, creating that nice long flat back if you can. Yeah, notice how you have arrived here. Now, maybe a touch of swaying there with your knees, maybe. Yeah, see if that feels good. And then slide your arms, allow them to just fall away from the body, slide them to wherever they need to be. And then slide one leg and let it flop, slide the other leg and let it flop. Any more wriggles? Yeah, let everything go. Back to just being, just breathing and just feeling whole and complete. Very, very gently bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Feel that support from the earth beneath you. Sense the space all around you. Softly start to lengthen your breath again. Start to deepen your breath again. Invite some movement back into your body. Any wriggling, yeah, rocking, rolling. In your own time, bring your knees up, maybe a little bit more swaying here. And then when you feel ready, you roll all the way over and curl up on your right hand side. Snugly, make yourself super comfortable. Here in this fetal position, curl up. And then use this moment to fully and deeply connect with yourself. Connecting with that stillness within. Your inner peace. Connecting with your inner light. And connecting with all of your life. In your own time. Slowly and sideways, make your way back up to sitting. Maybe use your blocks if they are still to hand. Yeah, maybe sit up a little bit taller. Notice how you settle. Yeah, notice how you organize yourself. Find again that support is still there. It's always there. Yeah, notice how you have settled. And then notice how you feel. And let's bring the palms of the hands together and bow the head to the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Well done. Thank you for another whole time of yoga classes. Thank you for your loyalty and your commitment in sharing your practice, yeah, your time, your energy. Have a great day, but also have a great summer. Yeah. Please try and keep up a little bit of your practice if you can throughout the summer holidays in whatever shape or form. Yeah, keep that connection with yourself, with the earth. All these recordings I am converting into YouTube videos that I'll make available on the website. So people request that. I've done it previous years as well because it's quite a long break. If you think that's helpful, then maybe these could inspire you to practice a little bit more. Yeah, look after yourself. We start again from the 1st of September, that week of the 1st of September. That term is already listed in the schedule too. So please look after yourself. Have a super, super summer, and hopefully I'll see you again back in September. Bye, bye, bye.
Thanks, Mara.
Bye, bye.
Have an amazing summer, Mara.
Oh, have a great time. What am I doing? Stopping.